What is going on, everyone? It's back again with another video. In today's video, we're obviously being talking about this home run derby. It's obviously been a ton of fun to watch. I had a fun time watching it this year, and honestly, it was pretty entertaining, and that's kind of what it's all about, just having fun. I know all the 8 guys that were participating having fun, even the guys that weren't were having fun. So it's just a good time. But let's go over the home run derby, and they actually did change the rules a little bit. I think they kind of do this every year with the home run derby. They always be changing the rules for some reason, but yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It was pretty entertaining because obviously Pete Alonso was trying to be the second ever to win 3 home run derbies. Obviously Ken Griffey Jr. is the only one to ever do that one, and then obviously Vlad, who ended up actually winning the home run derby, is now the first father-son duo to win the home run derby. Obviously his dad winning, I think, in 2007 in San Francisco. So pretty impressive overall. Let's get into the first round though. Rosarena and Garcia are the first matchup, and Rosarena looks really good. He obviously performed really well, losing in the semifinal overall, but overall had a really good shot in that first round versus Garcia, and this was fun to watch them just tanking balls. I thought Seattle was a pretty interesting park to go into because most of the balls were hit to left field, and obviously they have the bullpens out there and then that second deck up top, so it was interesting to see how it actually went overall. But yeah, I thought both guys put off a really good show, and it was honestly just pretty entertaining to watch. That's kind of what the home run derby is about. Yeah, so obviously Garcia, obviously ended up getting eliminated here. He did not get as many home runs as people thought he would, and I actually thought he was actually gonna do pretty well. And I actually had, I think it was Alonso or Vlad I had winning this derby, so I guess I was kind of right there. I probably should have bet on that if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, so Randy Rosa ended up at 24 home runs, Garcia at 17, just missed the mark. So, I mean, these guys are really good friends, so it was pretty cool to see them, all together and hanging out, which I think is the best part of the derby. So that was a pretty fun, interesting round. The next round was Adley Rutschman versus Luis Robert Jr., and this was pretty cool to see Adley. He's obviously a switch hitter. Everyone knows that he's a good switch hitter. One of the best switch hitting catchers, I think. And he started lefty and then went righty with the bonus time. So that was interesting to see. And I honestly thought he had a really good round from him. I don't think people really expected much. He's only got 12 home runs on the season so far this year. But he actually did perform really well, and I think it was really cool to see, especially him and his dad out there having a good time. So I thought that was really cool from Adley. Obviously, I feel like he performed better with his right side in that bonus time, but it was really cool to watch overall. And he hit a lot of home runs. He ended up winning, I think, like 28 home runs in that first round, or 27 home runs. So pretty impressive for him overall. I don't think many people saw that coming at all, and so that was pretty cool to see. So next up was Luis Robert Jr. up, and honestly, he performed really well. I don't think people really expected much from any of these guys, to be honest, because he put up a show. I mean, his bat was really cool. He showed it off, I think, on his Instagram. Yeah, it was like a tiger. It was pretty cool to see. He was obviously in tanks with that bat, and these balls were going crazy. I mean, 470 is insane. I think that was his furthest home run that he hit. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch these guys going at it, and he ended up beating him at 28 home runs, so that was pretty impressive. And they changed up the bonus time rules. You normally have to hit 2 home runs past 440 feet to get bonus time, but now you just get 30 seconds of bonus time, and then if you hit 2 home runs past that mark, then you get an extra 30 seconds. So it's a little interesting with the rules and stuff. They also changed the rules in the finals as well, so I don't know, it's just an interesting change that they had, overall. But yeah, now the next round we got was Vlad versus Betts. Now that's actually funny. Vlad had the manager of the Blue Jays throw into him, which you don't really see ever in the home run derby. We really see, like, dads, or we see like the BP coaches there throwing, but it was pretty cool to see him there. Obviously, apparently he's been throwing BP a while. I did not know that, so that was pretty cool to see. And yeah, it was pretty funny to see all the players surrounding Vlad in the whole home run derby, just giving him tips and stuff, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so Vlad put on a show in the first round, and he obviously went against Mookie Betts in this round. So it's funny what Mookie Betts' wife said, that he wanted him to do it just to do it, so he could say he did everything in his career, which is a fair point. Yeah, Vlad ended up hitting 26 home runs. Mookie Betts, I think, ended up getting 11, so not the most impressive that we've seen. I mean, he's not Yasiel Puig levels hitting 0 home runs, but it's still pretty cool to see Betts come out here and do it, because he's never done it before in his career. So it's pretty cool to see him come out and actually be able to hit some home runs. So that was pretty cool from the Betts side, and especially him, because so it's pretty cool to see him come and do it. Vlad's gonna win that round by a lot of home runs, but Betts has done a lot. He's obviously played baseball. He's done the podcasting. He's done the gaming channel. So he's done a lot. Now for the round I think most people want to see was Julio Rodriguez versus Pete Alonso. Now these two obviously go way back to last year's home run derby, with I think Julio beating him. And the thing is, Pete Alonso's only lost to Julio Rodriguez. He hasn't lost to anyone else in the home run derby, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, Julio Rodriguez just had an outstanding first round. He made history with this round that he had, just multiple home runs. You gotta give props to his throwing coach Pena there. He was not really taking steps; it was just all arm throwing it. So that was pretty interesting. He was the only one in the derby to actually do something like that. So pretty interesting overall from Pena's side. But yeah, I mean, he ended up hitting I think like 41 home runs, which I think is the most in a first round and most in a single round ever. So breaking history right there. Julio Rodriguez back at it again, and all the fans were getting really hyped for him. But yeah, absolutely insane round. I think the last record was 40 in a single round, which was held by Vlad, so that's kind of funny that he's able to beat him. Yeah, even Kevin Durant was on this. I mean, there was a ton of people watching the derby, and I like I said, all this engagement is really good for the sport and the tournament in general. So it was pretty cool to watch. Now Pete Alonso comes up knowing he's got to beat history, which was kind of hard for him. He actually falls short. I think Myers was throwing the ball quite outside to him, and that was kind of, yeah, it's not really his sweet spot. His sweet spot was kind of that inside, inside kind of part of the plate, inside up kind of part of the plate. He was hitting the most home runs. So yeah, not the best for Pete Alonso. He'll probably do it again next year. I mean, it seems like he loves doing it, because he does it every year. So yeah, 41-21 right there is pretty insane. That Julio Rodriguez is gonna get the job done. But now we go into the semifinals right here, where Randy Arozarena and Luis Robert up. Now these two, pretty interesting. They had really good first rounds. So back at it again. Obviously, Randy Arozarena, I think, was definitely the fan favorite on this one, just because, I don't know, he's just that guy. I don't know what to say about him. He's just that guy. People loved him when he played for Team Mexico. People loved him in the 2020 World Series because of how well he was playing, and he's just a good character for the sport in general. So I gotta give it to him for doing this. But he had a really good round right here. I mean, he was hitting home runs left and right. The bonus time he was able to get as well. So that was interesting as well, as he's hitting these balls out and ended up having a great time. So yeah, Randy's definitely a cool cast of characters to have in here. Definitely one of the favorite players. I mean, even in the World Baseball Classic, he had a really good time. Randy ended up hitting 35 home runs. Now Luis Robert's coming up. We'll see what he can do on this one. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Randy was just great to have during the World Baseball Classic. So many good moments for that team with all the outfits he wore, the Rob at the wall. I mean, he's just that guy. Now Luis Robert was looking good at the start, but only ended up getting about 22 home runs, so nothing crazy. Randy Arozarena is going to be the first finalist we have. Now we get to the other semifinal, which was Julio Rodriguez versus Vlad Jr. Now I thought Julio was winning this round 100%. After that first round, I was like, bro, he's going to do something crazy again, which is kind of what he did. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he got tired or something, because he was hitting a lot of home runs that first round. And I think being tired is the biggest aspect in this tournament, to be honest. So yeah, he was hitting a lot of balls out pretty well, and yeah, I think both of these guys performed pretty well, and it was cool to see him do it in front of the home crowd. So I think that was pretty cool for him. We'll see if he does it next year. I'm not really sure if he's going to do it next year. Just gotta wait and see, I guess. But I don't know, he's done it every year, so he's able to hit about 20 home runs in that semifinal round. So pretty good performance overall from him. Now we got Vlad Guerrero coming up. Now he obviously performed, insanely well winning the Derby, which we're gonna see. But he was hitting these balls out insanely well. I mean, Schneider was just giving him all the pitches that he was needed to able to hit him out inside, and it was pretty cool to watch overall. But Vlad ends up winning this round 21-20. He actually hits 20 home runs within the time, gets the bonus time, able to hit that last home run, and moves on to the final, facing Randy Arozarena. So Vlad's gonna move on. It was pretty interesting to watch this one live. And I know everyone on Twitter and the socials were going crazy over the tournament. Then Marshawn Lynch brings up the trophy, funny enough, and people were making fun of him on the socials, so that was pretty entertaining to see. But yeah, so Vlad versus Arozarena in the final. Very entertaining to watch this one. Vlad was just crushing some of these baseballs. I mean, it was honestly insane to see how much the players were crushing these baseballs. Yeah, I mean, his swing is so nice. Quick, fast to the ball. You obviously got that little toe tap, and then just boom, right to the ball. I mean, when he was hitting home runs, off the tee in the minor leagues, you kind of knew he was going to be insane, especially in this tournament. So, yeah, Vlad ended up having a really good round overall. Even his dad was on the socials tweeting. He was tweeting during his round, I'm so proud of you, son, everything like that. So that was pretty cool to see. He ends up destroying. I think he gets 26 in this final round. So really impressive overall from him. Now we have Randy Arozarena coming up. 25 in that first round. Randy Arozarena coming up now. Marshawn Lynch with that home run derby chain. And Randy Arozarena starts going. He starts to struggle a little bit towards this beginning. Starts lining out on a lot of these baseballs, but ends up getting this job done. And it was honestly entertaining to watch. You know, he was going for the efficiency, didn't really get the bonus time at all. And I think he ended up getting like 21 or 22 home runs or something like that. So it was entertaining to watch. I thought the home run derby was very exciting. And it was definitely entertaining to watch, to say the least. So definitely cool. Vlad obviously did end up winning this one only by like a couple home runs, I'm pretty sure. I think he ends up getting to 22 or 23 with this bonus time round. So Vlad's able to get this, does win the home run derby, does win the chain as well. And I think he wins the prize money, because they started to do prize money with this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure he ends up winning that as well. So shout out to Vlad Guerrero Jr. on his home run derby performance. Very entertaining to watch, and it was very interesting to watch this home run derby, and very exciting from T-Mobile. But hope you guys enjoyed this little recap of the home run derby. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.